Here is Noah's freestyle. See him going in, doing a pretty good job. You've got your weight just kind of centered, a little bit just kind of straight down. I'd like to see you either do the front weighted start, so your weight is going to be a little bit further out over the block, or doing a back weighted start so that your weight is a little bit back towards the back of the block. See you going in, doing a pretty good job of getting your body out there, pretty good line. Breakout looks pretty good. I'd like to see you actually go a couple more strokes before taking that first breath. We've got just kind of almost the distance swimmer kick going on. Really focus on trying to keep that kick going pretty steady. You've got your kick almost just as your arm enters, you're kicking with that opposite leg. So just kind of keep things going through. As we see you going through the turn, getting those heels around, getting tucked up nice. We are gliding just a little bit into that turn. I'd like to see you actually be able to maintain that momentum a little bit better. And that breakout, you're a little bit on the late side, your head's breaking the surface, and your arm's not quite ready to hit. So you need a little bit more extension on your underwaters there coming off your turns. Your head is running a little high because as we see you breathing right there, we're able to see both eyes. Want to make sure that you've always got the water line going down the center of your face as you go to breathe. That way we maintain that neutral head position and you're able to stay flat on top of the surface. So you come in for the finish, doing a little bit of that dive down there at the finish. I'd like to see you come just straight into that wall and really work on just trying to reach for it and get onto that side. That's going to give you a much stronger finish, and that's going to alleviate a lot of the problems of somebody possibly out touching you. Nice job. Here is Noah's freestyle underwater. See him go in. He's coming real deep, and then he's coming up real steep. So we want to make sure that as you go in, we're going in with a little lesser angle, not going nearly as deep, and then coming up. The ideal angle that we would like to see is a straight line, because that would be the fastest way to get from point A to point B. Doing some solid dolphin kicking. She's really just, you've got a very big, strong kick that I'd like to see you do that for the first couple and then start to tighten things up. As we kind of see you come to the surface, you are moving those hands up and down, so make sure that you are keeping those going straight forward to the wall out in front of you. As we watch you pull, fairly solid kick going on. We can see a lot of bubbles on those hands. That means you're getting into that stroke just a little too aggressively. So make sure that you are working on extending out in front of you just a little bit more before getting into that next pull. That'll help give you a lot stronger pull. As we see you come through the turn here, doing a pretty good job of getting those feet planted on the wall. We've got the ability to really kind of see how your feet are just a little bit higher than your hips. We want to make sure the balls of your feet are about the same line as your hips so that we don't see a down angle and then up nearly as much. I'd like to see you just try and stretch it out, be a little bit more of that straight line. As we go to see you break out, your eyes do pop up, and so you're actually looking more out in front of you where we should be looking down at the bottom of the pool. Keeping things going, you do have a couple beat kick with that little bit of a crossover. When you get up and kick, really make sure that you're keeping your feet and your legs separated. I always like to think about it as you're kicking with your feet at about shoulder width apart. That'll help it so that you don't cross those feet over, but really just think about motoring those legs as you are going in for any sprinting event. As we watch you kind of come in for the finish here, your hips are pretty flat as you're finishing, which means you're not getting on that side. So really make sure you're reaching for that wall so that you can get a much better finish, which means you're going to have a much longer reach. Nice job.